Hello, everyone. I am the champion, my friend.
Copycat Frank Scittoni. I'm the OG, the one who finds the winners, Ciaran Thornton. You see, now you wore your hat. I brought this shirt today. Yeah.
I knew it.
He was begging me for the picks. He's like, I need your picks to put them on the show. I was like, nope, you'll find out on the show.
Well, Ciaran, I do want to apologize because I thought long and hard about it last night when I was writing my Frankly Speaking column for In the Money Media. And I admit, I played a little dirty pool yesterday. I kind of did you a little dirty. We both liked the same combo, but I knew how much you were betting. So that meant I was able to bet one more unit than you. So even though we both hit and should have been celebrating together, suck it. I had it one more time than you.
Pigs do fly once in a while.
But what did I say? I said every time I hit something, or if I have a better day than Ciaran, this dude comes back. What's the shirt say?
Locked in.
Locked in. He comes back freaking locked in, ready to fire away. He's going to knock me down a peg. I know that's his goal today. But hey, everybody, welcome. Oh, I didn't even get to. So I'm Frank Scittoni.
I already told them who you are. The copycat Frank Scittoni.
Here. Dirty bird. I played dirty pool, man. I apologize. I promise I won't piggyback. Well, I might piggyback your picks, but I won't. If I do bet them, I'll bet the same amount. So this way we can tie and make it feel a little better.
So what did you think of the card today? I thought it was a hard card. I'm glad I'm doing late pick threes and late doubles because that's what I thought all the action was there today.
Yeah, I thought it was a very tough card. I think we got like 4 maiden races. We have favorites who look fine.
Yeah, but
they can win, but they're not the kind of favorites like you really want to go to war with, right?
And it's the kind of pick 5 you could spend a lot of money and still not get like yesterday's race 2. It could be a crazy price or a chalk, that you're not going to have either of. So I was like, yeah, I think I'll focus on the late pick 3 today. Was at least my thinking.
I know Ciaran has a play to give out in the late pick 3, and then of course we're going to talk about races 7, 8 for the late double. But because this is sort of a Friday pregame show, remember, post is 3 p.m. today. I'm just going to throw out a couple of horses to just put on your radar. I'm not saying these are great bets. I'm not saying that these horses are going to win. I am just saying pay attention to these horses because based on their morning line, I think they might offer some value, assuming the morning line holds. So we'll see. And Ciaran, feel free to chime in because you know what? This is the portion of the show where I tell Ciaran, any horse you want to mention, throw it out there. And he doesn't. And then later today, we're going to get on. He goes, that was my long shot in race 3. I had that horse. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, if they were on the free mailing list, they would know. So.
Oh well, yeah, that's right.
You're not included on it, just so you know.
I know I'm not. I don't get it. You know what? I'm just going to sign up. I'm going to pay for it. You can't deny a paying customer. All right, here we go. Huh?
Your email's banned.
You blocked me. I'll just get a burner account, man. Come on. All right. So here are just some horses I'm throwing out there. And Ciaran, like I said, if you agree, disagree, or have no opinion, that's fine.
I did not like Strawberry. I thought Goatski was a good one, but I like your number 5. When I was looking early this morning and all morning, I haven't looked, in the last hour or so. Number 5 had whatever early money was coming in all morning.
Oh, really?
Long. Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't look at the pools. It might have been $22, and that's, But for most of the morning, when I looked over, it was like 6-5, 3-2, whatever money was going into the pool. So I thought that was a little interesting.
All right. Well, yeah. So I bet Goatski twice in a row now. So this is the Scittoni off angle.
Oh,
there's a real chance that Goatski on the drop just makes the lead and doesn't stop.
Upgrade.
But I'm not a horse that I'm very confident. I also don't like turf horses with this pattern. Like this horse is about to make the 3rd start of the meet. That's a lot for turf horses. Usually there's a little more spacing between races. So I thought number 3, Strawberry Tizzy, had a little bit of a look. And, same thing with Honey Joe. But again, not super crazy. Well, unfortunately, this isn't going to happen because Cactus Charlie scratched. But here's the thing. Peter Miller had 2 in that race. I actually like this one better, but he's scratching this one and running the other one. So maybe this is a case where Peter Miller likes his chances on the other horse. I gotta see. L. Rankin is the other one. That's the 8 horse. So just put that horse on your radar just based on the fact that Peter had 2. The one I thought was the more logical one was scratched.
And I picked none of the Millers. I went 3-6-2. I went 2-3-6 in this one.
Okay. Yeah, he's a little cold. He's very streaky. Race 4, just throwing number 8, Victoria's Jewel out there at 4-1. Let me get there real quick. Again, I mean, these are maiden 50 Calbreds, like so unreliable. A bunch of first-time starters. But I like this horse because it's just what I call a flow upgrade. I use the racing flow numbers, and this horse just ran too fast, too early, and got tired.
And I went horses back. I went 5-7. Every race were almost different, and that's part of the reason I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to skip this early part of the card just because look, we're none of the horses. One race we have the same horse.
Yeah, no, and again, I'm not telling people to bet these horses. I'm just saying put them on your radar. How about this, Ciaran? Because I was wondering, like, trying to find a single anywhere on the card. Just the most likely winner right here, 32 chunk. Race 5. I thought he looked like the most likely winner on the card. So if you're playing late 4,
maybe
you're not sold, huh?
I put 3 on top. I went 3-4-2.
Wow. Okay. So those are some horses to put on your radar. I'm going to kick it over to Ciaran because he actually has a couple of plays in the low takeout.
Hang on a second. I got to grab something to eat here, Frank.
It's prop comic.
Eating some chalk. Here we go.
Chalk sucking weasel. Chalk sucking weasel.
All right, time for some chalk.
All right, race 6, $3 late pick 3. Ciaran, walk us through it. Tell us how you're going to play it.
This is where I was going to focus my money, and my high end bet is 54, but I don't think I'm going to actually do that. We've got our late double set up, but in this first leg, for now, I'm going too deep, 8-4. I think 8 is probably the most logical winner in here, but, it's a really, really bad race. And I was looking at some race replays, and I ended up landing on number 4, My Maroney. Crappy starts, both starts, but the horse has really good speed. And, this might be one of those races where there's no issues at the gate, and away they go, and come catch me at this distance. So
that's a big drop too. This horse ran maiden special and then $150,000 claim are now dropping to 32. I will tell you this, Ciaran, and I'm really shocked at this. Louis Mendez always comes out here and he wins races with 2-year-olds. He is 0 for 13 on the meet with only 2 seconds. I have no idea what's going on in his barn, but he's bound to pop at some point, right?
And he was pretty cold towards the end of the Santa Anita meet when he really heats up as well. So, yeah. I mean, this horse dropping, blinkers off. We like that angle. And when this trainer takes the blinkers off, 23% for a profit. So this will be probably the make or break. If this horse doesn't blow them away, we'll probably see this in one of those 12K races.
Yep, with all the Golden Gate horses. This is a maiden 32 for 2-year-olds only. The only slower horses on the grounds are the filly versions of this race. These 2-year-old. No, I'm not calling them cheap because they're, to be a jerk about it, but they're cheap horses, and they're probably not worth 32.
I saw some of the speed figures, and I think you've run faster than a couple of horses in this race.
In the foot race, I might be able to beat some of these horses. I'm not getting involved in this race as much as I love to support the $3 late pick 3. I have no opinion in this race, and I thought the late double was actually really tough. I did race 7 for the Del Mar website. I know you cheat and read my analysis, so you know who I'm gonna land on. I had like 4 8s in this race.
3 in the morning. I've already done my research the day before.
Race 7, $40,000 claimer. It's 8.5. They've run a bunch of 8.5 furlong turf races. I'm not complaining. I love route turf racing. Rails are at 30 feet. I didn't land on this horse, and I don't think you did either. But let me just throw this out there for you because I'm really thinking long and hard about this. Is number 7 Jules Shillelagh a possible lone F in here? Is there any other speed to go with this horse? Because the turf course has been playing very speed tilty. I didn't bet the horse because I don't think he's good enough, but if he gets an easy lead on a speed favoring turf course, could he win?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of these jockeys just let some of these other horses get so far ahead that they just steal it on the front end.
Hold on.
What?
We were looking at scratches. I said Cactus Charlie was scratched. Who else did we give out that was scratched? No, that's it. Maybe some of Ciaran's numbers, but yeah, we have the scratches up there on the Del Mar website. Play accordingly. Race 3, I did like Cactus Charlie, but my case was that horse is scratched, so bet the other Peter Miller. But anyway, sorry. Thanks for letting us know, Mr. Guitar. Glad you could join us. Yeah, President of Ciaran's fan club, Terry. Go Ciaran. Okay, yeah, whatever. How do you see race 7, Ciaran?
We talked about it yesterday on the show. Number 8, Beef Winslow, the JJ Hess horse. And my notes, like I said, were how did that horse do on Thursday? And we saw, crushed. So that went even higher on my grade there. That's a solid A. You'll see my bet. It's my higher of the singles, but this is a race. It's only been run 6 times, and 2 of the horses have been over 10-1. So, and another one was like 6 or 7-1. So it's a race that could be chaos. And the long shot I landed on was number 1, Cason. Big speed figures, drops in class, bullet works, and fits the criteria. And then I said, closers will win this. Closers will win this race today is what I put. If they're not too far behind was my secondary note. So
I bet that horse last time ran really good at 26-1. Little outclassed. That level was a little tough. A little too much for that horse. This is a cool horse, Ciaran. I'm with you. Needs the right pace setup, but this horse will be running on through the lane. Always fires, is always right there. This is the right spot for this horse. I'm just worried that Jules Shillelagh might not get any company up front and go a little too slow for Cason, but I am with you. That is one of the horses I'm considering. And you're also looking at number 2, who is my other wise guy horse. Tell us why you like the 2, because I like him, right?
Another closer dropping in class. I look for some price closers in here to compete with the horse I think is probably going to be dominant, number 8, Beef Winslow. So that's why I have my doubles skewed the way I do.
I'm going to throw up the horses I am considering, Ciaran. I promise. If I have the same combinations as you, I'll play them for the same amount, so I don't, stuff it in your face by beating you again. So I'm with you. I like the 1, and I like the 2 for the same exact reasons you said. They're the strongest closers in the race, and they're both dropping in class. And it looks like, if the morning line is correct, they're both going to be ignored. I think I think you're correct. Number 8, Beef Winslow, absolutely the horse to beat. No way this horse is going to be 7-2. This horse is going to be like 9-5, right?
I thought even money 6-5 is what I was thinking, but hey, we'll see.
I don't think he'll be that short, but blinkers on, Hess claim, dropping a little bit, puts JJ up. That was the money move yesterday, as you pointed out. So that horse is going to take a significant amount of money. And then I also looked at the 5. I've been chasing Dandy Man Shines for a while now. He's been facing tougher company, non-winners of 2, N2X allowance foes, much better than this group. I'm not going to get off him now. Barrios doesn't get off him. Dropping in half, I don't mind it. This horse is, an old warrior. Needs to get his confidence back, needs to get a win. But again, he's another horse who is a little pace dependent. So we're going to need some luck with Jules Shillelagh going out there being a possible lone F. I wish I could just say, this horse is going to go with Jules Shillelagh, but I don't know. Maybe Simplexity will go. That's your other wise guy pick, right? Don't you have the one?
I do on my higher price one, 8-1. Rispoli for Mullins, and they're 67%. Couple of sharp works, and it looks like they're dropping in for the money. So always dangerous, when Mullins and Rispoli are in a race like that.
Yeah. Yeah, he claimed the horse for 50 and for 45, running back at 40. That's not that big of a deal, but it is some class relief. That was a tougher race. And you're right, Mullins and Rispoli, you got to just pay attention. Before we talk about the last race, let me just roll through some comments. Mr. Guitar, who's been on fire, his late pick 3 is 2-8 with 1-8 with 2-3-8. I believe we have all those horses in some combinations. Arthur, come on, click, show. Why won't? Come on. Some reason I can't get Arthur Ramirez up on the screen. What's up, guys? Oh, there he goes. And then he goes, let's go Simplexity. Love that horse. Okay, Ciaran, you have Arthur on your Wise Guy horse in race 7.
And then I actually think when I was joking about eating the chalk that 8 is going to be the chalk. And I think number 2 in the next race, I think the morning line is wacky there too. I'm thinking number 2 is going to be favored in race 8. Lena Lingard.
This is a tough race, man.
I mean, we see it on the morning lines, but I think that's the horse that should take the money. Best races of the lot of them, if you could say that.
Yeah, right. Because it's only run once. The other ones have run shown their futility 4 or 5 times already. Well, here, let me ask you this, Ciaran, because a lot of the ones that I was originally considering have a very similar run style, and that is forwardly placed. They're going 6.5 furlongs today. Do you think this race might fall apart and set it up for a closer?
Sorry, it could. We've seen it happen, many times. 6.5 is a really tough distance.
Yes.
You get some of these 5.5 furlong horses, they stretch out to 6 and are like, oh, thank goodness the race is over. And some of the milers, it's too far. It's not far enough for them. And then, especially if you get too loose on the lead, you just get wiped out late.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought there was going to be a lot of speed. Originally, I wanted to make the 2 and the Papa Padromo horse. Who's that? That's the
one that's a huge upgrade because Frank is not going to be betting Ponytail Pete. He's off that one. So that is definitely one to consider.
So no, originally I wanted to make those 2 horses my A's because they're flow upgrades. They showed speed against better animals and got tired. But now I'm thinking like this is 6.5, and there's going to be a fair amount of speed in this race. So I was actually looking for it to fall apart. Do you have the 10 at all in this race? I think the 10 is a super, super Wise Guy horse. Tim McKenna, that's a pretty big drop. I know the horse's form lines look terrible, but this horse will be finishing late, and it is at 6.5 furlongs.
Huge drop.
I'm expecting her to run a big race.
Huge drop. And this trainer, when he does this, 22% dropping multiple classes. So they want to get paid.
And this is such a low level that you don't have to be that good. You just have to be the only one running late because everybody else is going to be so tired. And same thing with number 3, Ready to Dare. I just thought the race shape, if they run into the way it should be run on paper, I think Ready to Dare is going to be flying late again, coming out of those mile races against better, cutting back. But you know what? I mean, betting closing sprinters, Del Mar is not usually the way to go. But I think this race has chaos written all over it.
Well, when you said what you said, I think later when I come in, I may do like a small saver bet, my 8-1 into that 10 when we start looking at what the will pays are or later.
Yeah, and we'll also see how the track's playing. If it's playing rally wide outside, and then at 6.5 furlongs, you want to have horses from off the pace. Ciaran, I have a very, very good angle on number 8, Evermore. I was doing a lot of research before.
Whatever. Stealing my research again. Listen to this guy. Unbelievable.
This is Ciaran's angle. I'll let him. I was going to steal it, but you know what? I'm not that much of a dirty bird.
Well, when I looked at it.
That's not why you like the 8.
Well, always, like fresh face, ship and win program. You always got to give a look to these horses coming back, especially from Churchill and those kinds of tracks. But then it's such a huge drop, and I even said to you before we did the show, I was like, Ricky's riding really, really well, and he hops on here, but it's a really big drop. And I was like thinking, did the horse get claimed? And you actually looked it up, and it's the same ownership group that's just shipping out here. So that's another big upgrade for this horse, especially when they come out here. A lot of them have done very, very well out here. This is going to be one we definitely need to look at the will pays on a lot of horses into this one.
this is a deliberate move for this 4-year-old. Couldn't
Yes.
compete for 30 at Churchill, right? Hey, let's go to Del Mar. Let's get the ship and win. It wasn't not an ownership change. They just took their horse and gave it to a Southern California trainer to be eligible for the ship and win. And look, we were talking about
they spent some money because they actually shipped this horse out here in June. Workouts at Santa Anita and Del Mar. So they've spent a little bit of money even coming out here for the ship and win.
Ciaran, I am with you. I'm going to get on this horse. This horse is super freaking sneaky. You're right. Prepping at Santa Anita, getting the horse acclimated to Southern California, dropping to the very bottom. And again, this horse should get the right setup because this horse sits from off the pace and knows how to pass horses. Running at a mile, running at 7 furlongs, running at 6.5. This horse is an elongated sprinter, whereas some of those other speed horses, they're running 5.5, 6. That extra half furlong is very, very taxing. Upgrade number 8, Evermore, everyone. And the other thing is, we talked about this before the show. I don't know. They're putting up a real jockey, Ricky Gonzalez, because they want to win. I think if they were, if they didn't have a shot, or if they were playing poker or something, put up a no-name jock. I don't know. I just think they don't want to mess up their chance to get the ship and win.
And they spent some time out here. So, I mean, this is not especially when we know it's the same ownership group and not like a claim and drop. This is a legit long shot.
That's a great angle I came up with, everyone. So just
how do you do it, Frank? Please tell us. It's just what a genius.
I work really hard. I don't sleep. I don't sleep. All right, we're coming up on 22 minutes. We're going to wrap it up, but let me just go through real quick because Mr. Guitar has a couple of plays. His late double, 1-8 with 2-3-8-10. And again, Mr. Guitar, need to include horses under the ship and win. Absolutely. Thanks for watching, Mr. Guitar. Hey, be like Mr. Guitar, everyone out there. Press the like button and subscribe. We do not pay him to do that. He's doing that out of the kindness of his heart because he loves this show almost as much as we do, Ciaran.
Yes, it's a fun show. And more people are looking at it. The pools are growing. Hopefully other racetracks are looking at the example. Santa Anita started and Del Mar followed. Be friendly to us wagers. We keep the doors open.
That's right. All players like us want is a fair shot, man. It's like I want the pari-mutuel game to be like it was meant to be. Me against the mope like Ciaran. I don't want to go up against a computer and an algorithm. I'm never going to win. But I like my chances against you, man.
Oh, yeah. When the horse is named Jameson or Guinness, that's easy money into the pool. I'm betting it.
All right, everybody. We'll be back live. We tried to give you a couple of ideas for today. Obviously, we're going to finalize our late double bets, when we hop on. Please come join us. Let us know who you think. Ask us questions. Comment. I think this sequence has potential, but it's not easy.
We might have to spend a little bit more money than we thought, or depending on the will pays, drop some money that I'm doing on the favorites to play a couple of more prices. You only have to connect once. Like I said yesterday, if that runaway winner in the first leg was not in that race, we would have had a price horse winning. Well, it may not have been that, but it wouldn't have been the favorite. And that double would have played pretty healthy.
Yeah. You like the second place horse. It was a huge price, but
yes.
I mean, the winner was much the best, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. Ifs and buts were candies and nuts. Every day would be Christmas Eve.
On that note,
I got my lucky hat. I am the reigning champ, but I'm going to let Ciaran take us away.
Hey guys, come check in later. I'm Double.
I'm Trouble.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.